Well, hello again, hypercar fans. We have a special model because it's first by LCD Models. That's one of my favorite brands. And second, this is a pretty crazy looking car. This is the Zonda HP Barchetta or Barchetta. Not sure how you pronounce it, but I think the Italians would pronounce it Barchetta. But I could be wrong. This is totally new. It's still in the tissue paper. But LCD does real licensed stuff, so they generally look awesome because they have to be approved by the manufacturer, in this case Pagani. Okay. This came in two other colors, I think. One was a sky blue, which looked really nice as well, but I pre-ordered the pink one, so we're going to go with this today. I read on online that this is the world's most expensive production car, $15 million. Another website says $17.5 million. But here's the real question. Only 3 of them are made, and one of them went to the owner of the company, Horatio Pagani. It was to celebrate his 60th birthday and also the 18th anniversary of the Zonda series. It was also supposed to be the last of the Zonda series. I'm not sure if that's held up. And I'm also not sure if this is the most world's expensive production car anymore, because hypercars are just crazy, you know, there's always something bigger and better. Well, right, I'm actually gonna probably keep this box. Alright, so not a good habit to lift by the case, but it is not just falling out. Okay. Let's see, what else did I learn? This debuted at the 2017 Pebble Beach Concours. And these wheel covers here in the back are inspired by Group C race cars. I'm thinking like the Jaguar from the 90s, the XJR that won Le Mans. That's the only one I recall off the top of my head, the silk cut Jaguar. But were there any Porsches with wheel covers like that? I can't remember. 7.3 liter Mercedes V12 engine, naturally aspirated yet making 790 horsepower in that range, making it the most powerful street legal Zonda. And the thing weighs 1,250 kilograms, which is 300 kilograms lighter than a Toyota Camry, so that's the weight of like 2 or 3 large guys. And then the body is made of carbon titanium, which is a specialty of Pagani. Pagani was the carbon body, I guess, chief at Lamborghini for a while, so the guy knows what he's doing, and that's what made him decide to make his own cars. And the last thing I learned is it has 6-piston calipers to help slow this thing down. No published top speed. I'm sure it doesn't look very aerodynamic to me without a roof. And you would definitely, it would rip your hair off at high speeds like that. Alright, so LCD, it's got this nice metal base, placard or nameplate. It's got like a satin finish. It is metal, it's cool to the touch. It looks like it's sandblasted slightly or something. And then, yeah, straightforward base. I'm okay with plain bases. I'd rather have a cheaper model than some crazy acrylic base or something like that. Alright, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best focus and the best light here because this model is it's just cool, right? So the pink itself, there's no metallic flake or anything like that. It's just a straight pink. In the camera, it looks like a light pink, but to my own eyes, it's a much more darker pink, like a more saturated color pink, whereas like, my camera makes it look like a pastel pink almost. So I'm not sure what your screen is going to show. Boy, I guess we'll just start here on the side again. It's just so much to look at. I'm compelled to just rotate it quickly. But this side we have gold wheels, the other side has a different color. And these wheels are really neat because the faces are silver, yet the surfaces we really can't see are gold. So it's a two-tone wheel. So that's really neat. The center knockoffs kind of look like hexagons. Yeah, I suppose. And then there's definitely a brake system back there, but I really can't see it. I mean, they're going to be carbon brakes, so yeah, they're just black. And then the caliper is blue. That looks accurate to the real photograph. The position of this caliper is a bit off, though. If you rewind to the side view comparison, this caliper should be a little bit lower, which is strange. I've never seen a brake caliper low like that, but it's lower center of gravity. And then this does look like it's in the correct location, just perpendicular to the ground. Alright, well, there's like a silver oval here, and it's got some, like, maybe a foil decal, I think. Yeah, I can't really read it, but it's something. I mean, that thing's tiny. This is 4 times magnification, and this toothpick is supposed to fit between your teeth. So that's a really small decal, so I appreciate that. Just a little dust here. Thankfully it's not a paint contaminant, or is it? That one's not rubbing off. Then look at this carbon fiber. This looks like wet carbon, meaning like carbon that was clear coated. I mean, the texture is just, this is why I like LCD so much. You just don't see this on models this inexpensive. Usually you would see it on a resin model that costs twice as much money. So this is impressive, very impressive. Alright, so while we're here, that must be Horatio Pagani's signature. That's a foil sticker or decal. I'm not sure because it looks like there's a blob of glue that's stuck to. Silver here, probably the door actuator, the finger pulls, or what's going on here. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Oh, something there as well. I wonder if those are hinges. Alright, this canard here is looking like a separate plastic piece, and so that's why it can be molded thinly. And then carbon over here. On the tread blocks on these tires look a little big, but again, it's 4 times magnification, so backing out to normal, you can still see them. It's not as bad as some other brands. I'm okay with it. Alright, wrapping around to the front, these lights. Zoom back in. Look at that, there's a carbon texture surrounding these lights. And then the lights themselves are clear plastic. Well, that's really impressive. I mean, it's very rare to see such a small light be clear plastic. Again, dental pick. Unfortunately, nope, again, great, that might not wiped off. Alright, carbon fiber texture on this splitter. Looking very nice, looking very realistic. Carbon texture here, and then a really faint blue line covering that edge, so that's nice. And then what's going on down in there? That's deep. That's a real vent. The question is there like a radiator? I gotta back out. I gotta get a flashlight again. Well, I don't really see any indication of a radiator. But at least it's a deep vent. That might actually be accurate, I'm not sure. Look at these mirrors now. Tiny stalks, and yet this mirror looks like it's made out of carbon fiber, as well as the vent above the wheel. Let's see the front view of these mirrors. Those are some small mirrors. Right? And yet the carbon texture is there. Alright, so going in here, we got the foil sticker action again. I'm sure that says Pagani. It's really small. Even the carbon fiber is going to this wiper blade arm. And then this thing is 3-dimensional. I think it's a separate piece of plastic. It's not metal. It's literally a molded wiper blade. So it's not bad. What's going on here? There's a texture in the lower grills. So this side, yeah, gold wheels and then blue wheels on this side. Yeah, it's interesting. The photos, I guess they can pick their own colors. I guess when a car is $15 or $17 million, you can pick your own color wheels. Everything looks the same, I guess. But one thing I didn't point out is the back here, this whole, fender cover. Again, carbon fiber looks great, but also you got these little silver dots for the rivet marks. Or titanium bolt marks. And Pagani makes their own titanium hardware. All the nuts and bolts are made by Pagani, and they're titanium, which is a really hard metal to mill. So that's partially why Pagani's cost a lot. It's just a sea of fantastic looking carbon fiber. Look at this. I mean, this doesn't even look like a 1/64 scale model. It's so well done. It looks like a larger scale. Am I right? I mean, these tiny taillights, again, they're clear. That's really amazing. The color variation, the clear and the reds. I don't know if this is correct. It looks like it's torqued. It looks like it's twisted a little bit counterclockwise. I would have to assume this is supposed to be horizontal. 20th anniversary or 60th anniversary? I don't know. It looks like a 2. The strakes are looking nice. Again, this whole diffuser looks like it's carbon fiber. And then what's up here? Are these red lights? I actually have to look back at the photographs. Yeah, I guess these are red lights. So there's the lights and then 3 lights under, or a reflector or something like that. The wing struts, they're okay. They're not too thick. And then the carbon wing, it looks good. There's also something here. Carbon there. And then there's also silver dots here for the edge of the wing. You'll also notice the texture here is split right in the middle, just as it probably would be on the real car. Oh, you know what? This might be printed. You can hear the pick going over those ridges. So maybe this is printed. But if it is, it's really well done. Look at this. This is crazy. This thin carbon strip with really thin blue lines next to it. And the Italian flag colors there. Crossing over there. This is metal. Photo etched metal with some silver behind it. Zonda Barchetta. Silver dot. Not sure what that would be though. It looks too small to be a fuel filler. I'm gonna guess the fuel filler is actually underneath. Oh no, maybe that is the fuel filler. I'm looking at that last photograph. Alright, well anyways. Carbon snorkels with a silver ring. Or silver edge. I guess that's not a ring, is it? That's flat. Alright, so a little silver here and a little bit of black in there. That's so thin, yet they got black paint in that vent. And then that text underneath the vent, is it text? No. It's just an oval, but I would assume that probably is the Pagani logo on the real car. And then there, it's like a cubby or something, a silver door, and there's some fake text, you can't really read it. A little contaminant in this paint here, or not. It's just dusty. Alright, maybe take a Q-tip to it. Look again, carbon wrapping around this whole thing, because I'm sure that's a carbon windshield frame. I mean, the whole body's made of carbon. And then these roll hoops, again, carbon. This is silver though, maybe aluminum. But it's not just a straight tube, there's actually molded details there. Those seats are great. I mean, they're gray and blue backed. And then you got the red and black indication of the seatbelt locks. The e-brake has a silver handle. The shifter there is pretty thin. The steering wheel is a crazy silver and blue, like right out of Star Trek. The center console's got some printing and tiny little, dots on it for the radio selectors, I guess. Those vents in the middle. This whole center carbon pillar or whatever. It's nice. No carbon down here. No texture there, but come on. I guess I'm okay with it. Everything else is so fantastic. Yeah, right. There's no rear view mirror, But then again, the real car doesn't have one. The windshield is so low in this car. I mean, these are seat backs, so I don't know. I don't know where your head would be. Would it really be sticking above this? I'm thinking if you sat in this, your head might be right here. I gotta pull up the right images showing people inside of this. Wow. Alright, let me back out again. Look at the glory that LCD is capable of doing. So it's when you get a model like this, and it's just so many parts and pieces, yet I don't see anything wrong, right? It's like I am almost used to seeing some sort of flaw or defect in most of my diecasts or scale models. That would be the worst thing. This is about 3 degrees off. I can live with that. So, LCD, you did it again. This is just fantastic. So I'm always switching between LCD and Inno64 for my favorite brands. Technically, LCD is the best brand below resin models. Those fly-by-night makeshift, don't come and sue my company kind of models. But LCD is a legit company getting legit licensing, so that's why their models look so nice. And yet the price of this isn't outstanding. This costs less than a lot of TLVs, and so this is why I always bash on that brand, because this thing makes TLV look like a Hot Wheels, right? And for less money. It's just amazing. All right, let's pull out some other Pagani models I have. This is so nice. We're gonna pull out the felt-lined coaster, and also it's just a bigger platform. Alright, well, downgrading quite a bit. I have this Granny & Partners Zonda Revolution. Although I gotta say, for something that was sold at a 7-Eleven, look at this engine detail. If these opening features are your thing. I mean, that's a nice whole rear structure, and this was sold at a 7-Eleven. Granted, the panel gap is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. If this wasn't a black model, it would look like a total train wreck. But I do like that. It also has red seats, so that's nice. What else do we have? We have another one. It's the Zonda Cinque, or Cinque. I think it's pronounced Cinque. Also by Granny & Partners. I'm going to put that in the back. And to mix up the brands, we have the Tarmac Works Hobby Grade Pagani Zonda R. And that's a die-cast. They're all die-cast, I guess. See, this has printed on lights. Printed on lights. Because they're just tiny little bug-eye lights. So it's just, again, amazing that LCD will take these tiny little dots and make them out of clear plastic, as they should be. These companies, a lot lazier and or less expensive. That's probably the main reason, really. So it's understandable. I'm nothing really against these other models. It's just, this is just so astounding. Alright. I guess that's it for the comparisons. Okay, LCD models coming through again. Another home run, I would say. If you're into these hypercars, I mean, it's questionable, the styling. What do you guys think about this thing? Does this look nice to you? I think these little wheel covers make it look less attractive. I will give them credit. It's a very unique looking hypercar. I'm just not sure if it's an overly attractive hypercar. It's just so cluttered with a lot of stuff on it. It's almost like a Transformers, the modern movie Transformers, where they have so much stuff going on. It's just a different type of styling. One last note, there's actually some vents right here, and I think there's air. I think those are open air vents. Alright. Yeah, I'm just debating if I should take it off the stand. Also, the mirrors have reflectors. Well, now if I drop it, I'm sure those will break off, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it on the stand. Okay, guys, thank you for watching again. I am not aware of any new castings from LCD, but please go and buy them because I want them to make money so they can make more castings so I can buy more of them. Because I really like this brand. I really wish they just made more models, but I guess it's better to have slow and steady awesome models than putting out hundreds of pieces of garbage, right? So that you can think of it that way. Okay, I'm rambling on, so I'll let you guys go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next review.